International trade, it's this huge world of incredible opportunity, right? It connects businesses and markets all across the globe. But let's be honest, it's also a world filled with complexity and risk. So the big question is, how can businesses navigate these tricky waters with confidence and actually grab those opportunities? Well, let's dive in and find out.
Just think about it. Every single day, goods worth billions of dollars are crossing oceans, just like you see here. For any business, that potential is absolutely enormous. But behind this simple picture, there's this tangled web of finance, logistics, and regulations that can be, well, pretty intimidating.
Okay, so let's really break down that complexity. What are the specific challenges that are actually keeping importers and exporters up at night? This right here is the fundamental question of global trade. It's a classic catch-22, isn't it? The exporter wants to get paid before they ship anything, but the importer wants to get the goods before they pay. So, how in the world do you bridge that gap of trust and risk?
What's so interesting here is how all these hurdles create this domino effect. It all starts with that uncertainty about getting paid. So what do? You create mountains of paperwork to try and secure the deal. But just one tiny error on that paperwork can cause huge delays, and that just freezes up your cash flow. And all of this is happening while you're trying to juggle cross-border risks and compliance. It's a vicious cycle that can easily just swamp a business.
But here's the good news. Businesses don't have to figure all this out alone. There are specialists out there, partners that can act as your guide through all this complexity.
And that brings us to a company called Trade Finance Solution Bangladesh, or TFSBD for short. They got started back in 2016, and their whole approach is built on this foundation of integrity, honesty, and ethics. They're really aiming to be more than just a service provider. They want to be a genuine partner in your trade journey.
So what does TFBSBD actually do? Well, think of them as a specialized advisory partner. Their whole mission is to simplify that tangled web we were just talking about. They provide secure, scalable, and compliant solutions, really focusing on businesses in Bangladesh and the wider Asia-Pacific region.
All right, so how do they actually pull this off? What's in their toolkit to solve these very specific problems? Let's take a look at some of their key services.
First up, we've got something called LC structuring. The absolute best way to think about a letter of credit, or an LC, is as a financial safety net. TFSBD designs these agreements with surgical precision, making sure they protect both the person buying and the person selling. It just takes all that uncertainty out of the transaction. Next is LC discounting. Now, this one directly attacks that cash flow problem we mentioned. Instead of waiting for weeks or even months for a payment to clear, this service lets you turn your future payment into cash right now. I mean, it's a total game changer for keeping a business running smoothly.
And this is where getting the little details right becomes absolutely critical. Document verification and compliance is all about prevention. TFSB's experts literally comb through every single piece of paperwork to make sure it's accurate and follows all the international rules. This prevents those super costly errors and frustrating delays at customs.
And of course, they're bringing trade finance into the 21st century with their digital trade solutions. This means you can finally move away from those slow, paper-based processes. We're talking secure digital platforms, automated workflows, and the ability to track your transaction in real time from the factory all the way to its final destination.
So when you put all these services together, they create a really distinct advantage for their clients. So what exactly sets the TFSBD way apart from the traditional way of doing things? I mean, this slide really says it all, doesn't it? The old way is slow and paper-based. It often feels uncertain, kind of murky. It's a high-risk game. The TFBSD way completely transforms that. It's fast and digital. It's secure and totally transparent. It turns a high-risk process into one that's expertly managed. A huge piece of this advantage comes from their network. We're talking partnerships with over 45 international banks. And listen, that isn't just an impressive number on a slide. It's a real symbol of their global reach and reliability. It's what allows them to make transactions happen smoothly, pretty much anywhere in the world. And that powerful global network, it's all driven by digital innovation. This is what gives clients true transparency and, maybe most importantly, control over their finances. You can see what's happening, when it's happening, and you can make much smarter decisions because of it. So when you put it all together, you really see the core of their approach. It combines deep expertise from over a decade of leadership with a tailored, client-focused partnership. It's all about securing the transaction while making sure you have clear communication every single step of the way. So what does all this mean for a business that's looking to grow? It means they can finally step onto the global stage with real, genuine confidence.
You know, their tagline, Trusted Advisory in Trade Finance, it just perfectly captures who they are. It's not just about processing transactions. It's about providing guidance you can actually trust from start to finish.
Which really leaves us with one crucial question to think about. In a world where global commerce is faster and more complex than ever before, is your business truly equipped to compete? Because having the right partner doesn't just make a difference, it can be the difference.